It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
Believe me when I say we have a difficult time ahead of us. But if we are to be prepared for it, we must first shed our fear of it. I stand here without fear because I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. I remember that for 100 years we have fought these machines. And after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. I'm still here! Tonight, let us make them remember we are not afraid!
Welcome to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock, and more news and commentary. What we're going to do today is we have a gentleman, Sam Husseini. He is the communications director for the Institute for Public Accuracy. Get this thing right. Yep, there we go. Now, he is... The Institute for Public Accuracy is one of the PR organizations that we use to book a lot of our guests, and he's one of the guys that sends that out. And there are others, that we work with, and I wanted to talk to him today because, one of the things that he follows is Israel. And we're going to be talking about Obama, Netanyahu, AIPAC. Is this back and forth between Obama and Netanyahu, is it pro wrestling? Or we really got, a contention going on here? What's the game? Because I guarantee you it's a game. Whatever they're doing is they're gaming us. So we're going to go ahead and find out what, what the stakes are and what's really going on. Because this is a perfect example of where I go. Let me see. Am I allowed not to care? Okay, but Israel's, and they're going in the Middle East, and I go, yeah, I don't got enough problems here in the United States. Am I allowed not to care? Well, they say, no, you're not allowed to not care. Pakistan was I don't know whether they were or not. They were claimed to be, a great ally of the West, and what that meant was we gave them billions of dollars in State Department money. That's what that meant, because India and Pakistan were nuclear armed forces. Now, what happened, this is how I recall it. If you watch the movie Gandhi, there was British that ruled India, which included Pakistan. Now, there's you going, okay, now we got Pakistan and India's all part of the same thing. They have different religions, they have different ethnicities, they have different... So when the British left and were kicked out by, this passive resistance kind of thing, but, a lot of people put on Gandhi that he was way more passive than he was. He saw this passive love-evolution kind of thing as a tactic. In his book, he wrote, that one of the darkest days was when we allowed the British to disarm us. He knew there would be violence. He knew there would be this tip of the spear meeting the tip of the spear kind of thing. But as a tactic to help show how brutal they were, to put the British Empire up to a mirror and on worldwide television of the day, just the news, traveled a lot slower then, that put them up and to demonstrate just how abusive and oppressive the British Empire was. If you're going to rule us, better do it differently. Aren't you satisfied with control of the money? I mean, how much control do you need? How much you got to put your chest out and control every little thing? I thought you just wanted the money. So what happened was they went into this passive, and you cannot run that country without the people there to run it. They went through the same thing in the Middle East. When Lawrence of Arabia goes into, Mecca or wherever, here we got it, it's ours now. The British said, okay, it's yours. And they just stayed home. Water stopped running. Telephone stopped working. Yeah, you can bring in all your nomadic tribe guys in here with their long rifle and their camel, and you just come right on here and check this circuit out and see if you can get it going. Have a nice day. And they're like, no, we want to be in charge, and you do everything for us. Well, they learned their lesson, so they started going to school. They're getting educated. Well, now we have couple generations of educated individuals that are getting educated in a lot of other things. Like Austrian economics. So here we have India went through the same process. But they took time to be a little bit more educated. So when the British Empire went, they could create a state. Well, you had to divide it up. There had to be, oh, heck no. We got India, Pakistan, and you had populations going north and going south, separating the two. This is where, there's a lot of clashes going on and everything, where Gandhi did the famous, hunger strike. He's near death. No, I'm not, while you guys are fighting, I'm not eating. There was a scene in the movie, I remember, where this one gentleman came for absolution, forgiveness, whatever, and he says, look, I excuse me, I slaughtered all these Muslims, and they were Hindu. I did all this bad stuff, and everything. Goes, okay, yeah, you take a Muslim orphan, and you raise him Muslim. That's the only way you're going to get absolution from me, man. So that was interesting. Well, as the state progressed, they got to the point to where, there's still animosity between India and Pakistan. Now, there's another country, a kingdom that's kind of in between the two called Kashmir, I think it is. And it's an ancient kingdom that's been there, and it's out to quit it who controls. And it's just, it's like, China and Nepal kind of deal. Now, I vaguely know about this stuff, and I can go on Wikipedia and spend 5 minutes and act like I know what I'm talking about. But the point is that, this kind of stuff happens all the time around the world, and it keeps changing. They're going to have new, what do you think Yugoslavia breaking up was? Heck, kids now don't even remember there was a country called Yugoslavia. So it got broken up into all the Serbian whatever. So what we have is that now we have Pakistan with nuclear weapons. So does India. Why? Are there threats between the two? And who amped it up? And who created it? And is it real? And who's behind it? And who's supporting it? And who's, what? We may never know. But right now, we have Pakistan was our buddy. We're going to let you, we didn't get this Iran thing to where, you're not allowed to have nuclear weapons. Pakistan has nuclear weapons. Did they develop them on their own? Did we give them to them? Were we part of it? More history. I don't know. Don't care. We'll get more about it, as time goes on. But what I'm looking at now is we have a nuclear-armed Pakistan that has, going radical. I don't know, radical. Not U.S., let's put it that way. It means they're radical as far as we're concerned, our government. So now we have the threat of we're going to invade Pakistan. Why? Because, man, they're not as much in control as we would like them to be. And whatever bad guy face we got to put on them for us to be able to go in and invade Pakistan, here we go. What role does Israel have in this? Is there some link from Pakistan goes all across the Middle East? How many Arab countries are armed with nukes? Now, Iran is not, they're Persian. They keep getting thrown in the Middle East. The only reason they keep getting lumped in is because their proximity and they got oil. Man, that's what's going on there. They're a whole different culture. So now we're going, all right. So what Arab country has nuclear weapons? Pakistan. They were our ally. They're, they're good guys. I don't know when they've been good. They've been bad for long. We keep giving them money, though. So when we talk to Sam, one of the things I really want to get on is, what real role does Israel have in this? We're going to go into Pakistan. They want to go into Pakistan. They still got this Libya thing going on. We're going to be talking about Libya Monday. We have some guests that's coming on Monday. We're going to be talking about Libya. We're going to be talking about Pakistan. But I want from Sam, we're going to get an understanding of what the heck role does Israel have in all this? Do we have to care? Well, we'll get a little bit more informed so we know that we should be in a situation where we don't have to. That's the best thing. Take care of business here. We'll be right back on Declare Your Independence in just a little bit.